Hello there guys, I'm Long Lost Daylight and today I'm going to be talking about how I found the recent film release Exit 8. Now I'm doing something a little different today if you've seen any of my previous videos because this is a film based off of a game, the game you can see here in the background. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to play through and you can see me just having a go for myself in the background, and what I'll do is I'll talk through my reviews and my thoughts, and then you can just watch the chaos of me attempting to play this game. So hopefully you enjoy that, even if it is a little bit different from usual. Unfortunately, I have just struggled a little bit to keep this spoiler free, so if you haven't seen the film and you're planning to once it becomes available to stream, this might not be one for you, but you can always skip ahead. I'll pop a timestamp for when I stop talking and just start playing if you just want to watch me play through. So the context you really need for the game itself is you're trapped in these looping corridors, these looping subway or underground or metro, whatever you want to call it, tunnels. And all you really need to know is this. We're looking for anomalies. We need to notice them in order to escape, basically. We have to successfully go through 8 separate tunnel loops, and then we get out. It's a very simple concept. There's not actually any plot within the game itself, but yeah, this is the basis of the film. As the film opens, we see the protagonist, who is actually unnamed, taking a train, and he gets off, he walks up the stairs and gets a call from his ex, and she tells him she's pregnant and basically gives him the question of what's he gonna do. Is he going to step up and help her and be present in the kid's life, or is he gonna be absent? And he's still on the phone as he goes up the stairs to exit the station and finds himself trapped here in the corridors. The film actually builds tension really early on by just having mundane stresses. If you've ever had to take a metro or, again, tube, subway, whatever you call it, wherever you are in the world, it's got a crowded train, people shoving as he gets up the stairs, that sort of claustrophobia, and just that sort of general unpleasant vibe, which makes public transport suck a bit. It is a really subtle way of building up that tension, and it's really effective as an audience. I myself don't really like taking the tube. It's loud. It has mysterious wind coming from nowhere, and it smells weird. It's full of people. It's loud. It's not nice, and I think the film really capitalizes that really early on. Just in general, they nail that tense horror really well. I'm not quite sure how they've done it, but it's really easy to fall into the pattern of scanning the walls, checking for anomalies along with the protagonist. It's really interesting, and genuinely I hadn't played the game when I watched the film, but it's really easy to fall into the same headspace as you're playing the game and watching the film, which is really cleverly done. There are some moments of proper dread as subtle anomalies get revealed. There's a moment as the protagonist is walking along and realises eyes of faces in the posters on the wall are following him, and it's incredibly creepy, and it's a proper stomach drop, heart clench moment, which is just really cleverly done, and I just really like how they've executed some of the scares there. Camera angles as well are chosen really carefully, so you're following behind the protagonist as he's turning corners and entering new corridors, so that you can't see more than him at any given time. And I think that's a really effective way of just leaving the audience in the dark, which is really effective in horror. There is such thing as knowing too much. Kind of undermines what makes the horror genre tick, which would be a shame if they did do it, but they didn't, which is great. In the opening shots, as he's leaving the train, as he's climbing the stairs, there's some really clever use of first-person point of view camera and some handheld camera shots with sort of steps, shake, that kind of thing. And it's really good for immersing the audience, and it really helps that dread and that terror land. It's a really good way of backing up the actual on-screen scares. The only thing I would say is, although there's some really good build up of fear, it doesn't quite have a level of payoff that quite matches. I'm not quite sure what it is that's not quite there, but I think something in me says that it could be more satisfying the way that the payoff and the scares are executed. But again, that's a really small issue. The music, or strangely enough, lack thereof, is also used really well to build the tension. In the opening, the protagonist is listening to music on his headphones while, and humorously, doom scrolling on his phone on the train. But as he enters the exit 8 corridors and loses signal, it's suddenly silent. And that silence is used so well to create like a degree of separation between the real world and the exit. So we only actually have proper music in scenes that are before he goes into the tunnels, scenes where he gets signal on his phone and his ex is able to call him, and in a dream sequence while the protagonist is unconscious. It's a really interesting way of using music to work alongside that horror and that fear. Oh no. Mm-mm, mm-mm. I do not like that. Sorry. I have to admit, there's some really interesting, like, tangible character growth and development on screen from the protagonist. We see him grow as a character, quite frankly. And what is really interesting is we see the walking man actually explored as a character rather than just set dressing, although he is there just as part of the corridors from the protagonist's point of view. We actually see a couple of scenes where it's revealed that he's also just stuck there. He really acts quite well as a bit of a foil and a contrast to the protagonist, where in the beginning the protagonist comes across as really uncertain, unconfident, maybe not really with his life together, quite frankly. And in comparison, looking at the walking man, he's calm and collected, and he's got a briefcase, he's got a suit. We see him socially as someone who's maybe successful, collected, got his life together. But the really interesting contrast is we watch the protagonist become more confident, more assured, and escape. We see the walking man lose his nerve and fail, which is just a really interesting contrast to highlight. Now, there is actually another character that shows up, a young boy who's gotten lost. And we see a really interesting contrast again with how the protagonist talks to the boy, calm, like reassuring, and a lot more patient compared to the walking man, who's quite dismissive of the boy's concerns and the boy's help in finding anomalies, and he's very authoritative. It's actually stated that the walking man was meant to meet his son for the first time. It's implied that he has a son who he's never met before, and this is now a grown adult he's going to meet, and now he never will because he's gotten lost. And so we get to see two potential futures for the protagonist. The walking man, who represents if he says no and if he's absent, and the boy who, in a dream sequence, we see the protagonist as a father figure, and it is quite heavily implied that one choice will make the protagonist much more happy than the other. To be honest, as it is brought up as an idea that the exit corridors are some kind of punishment or purgatory, but I think it's really interesting that they've made it obvious that the other people in the exit are real, and it's not just some kind of personal cage for the protagonist, and it's not just about him, it's more than him. And speaking of character development, something I didn't tell you earlier is that in the opening scenes, as the protagonist is on the train, there's a young woman with a baby who's crying. Well, as in the baby, not the young woman, sorry. And a older man on the train starts shouting at her and berating her and just screaming at her because her kid's crying. And the protagonist doesn't do anything. He puts his earbuds back in and tries not to look and is visibly really uncomfortable. At the end, we see him in the same scenario, a man yelling at a young woman who's got a crying baby, and we see him take action, and that's where the film ends. And it's a really concrete, tangible way of showing that he's changed as a person and kind of implies indirectly what his decision's going to be. What is that? What is that over there? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. No, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. What I do like is there is still a degree of ambiguity. We don't really know what the exit is, especially with the fact that there are more than one people in there. It's not just the protagonist. We don't know why they've there. Is it something they've deserved? Is it some kind of punishment or purgatory or hell, as the characters refer to it? Or is it something else entirely? And I really like that ambiguity. And again, the ambiguity of what has happened to the other people there. And in terms of adaptation, as you can see here, there's very minimal plot from the actual source game. It genuinely is just the loops, looking for anomalies and eventually escaping. And they've built on it and expanded on it in a really interesting way that builds in some really distinct characters and some really interesting themes. And there definitely is some social commentary to be said about the way that women and children are treated in society and the way that people react to stuff like parenthood and that pressure of that decision socially. But I don't think I personally have the cultural context to be able to comment on that further. I hope you guys don't mind. It is really faithful visually to the game. Like, looking around, the set of the film is uncannily similar to the game, and I'm genuinely impressed by it. Like, they've got the lighting down even. It is definitely worth a watch if you didn't manage to see it while it's in cinemas. I don't know when or if it's coming to streaming, but I'm sure it will eventually. And overall, I'm going to rate Exit 8 appropriately an 8 for quality and a 7 for enjoyment. And now that that's sort of review and chatter is out the way, I'm gonna shut up now and you're just gonna get to watch me play the game and see my reactions in real time. So I hope you enjoy that. Yay, level 3. Okay. So you kind of got the... I think it doesn't help that my lighting is just not rendering really well for me. And I think that's just because I've had to put the settings way down. But sometimes I can see details and sometimes I can't, which isn't very helpful. But hey, maybe it's adding to like the spooky experience of I can't actually tell what's going on. Are you different? No, you're not. I think he's just not rendering in fully. You're fine. You're fine. That's fine. That's fine. Yep. 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 I think we might be all good. I mean, I don't know whether they'd have like multiple anomaly levels in a row. Oh, you're shitting me. What did I miss? What did I miss? Oh, that's pissing me off. There's a camera there. Maybe... Okay, I didn't check the smoking sign, so it might have been the smoking sign. And then there's the ceiling things and the... Was it like a really small detail on the poster or something? Was it you? That's fine. Oh god, lighting going weird again. Yeah, I think these look fine. Oh no! I don't know if you guys saw that, but nope. That was creepy. Anyway, that's one that they didn't incorporate into the film, which was I guess it depends on like the angle they were going for, which I think they did. I like what they did, to be honest. You look fine. Well, I guess that answers whether we can get 2 creepy levels in a row, because we can. We quite obviously can. I don't think I was anticipating that I would get creeped out this much, but I think it's just, I don't know what it is about these kind of games. I guess it's the kind of uncanny valley of like, something slightly wrong with this. Are you gonna do anything? Are you normal? So walking up to posters and saying hi might be a valid strategy. That camera's fine. That's fine. You look normal. That's normal. Was that always dogs? Okay, well, nothing's wrong enough that I feel like I want to go back. I feel like I just need to check this one out. That creeped me out. You're fine. What? Come on. What did I miss? That's good. That's fine. Was it the posters? Was it you? Was it you? You look normal this time. Did I miss something last time? Well, we know I missed something last time, but what did I miss? Oh, I think, was it this that was there? I don't even know. You're fine. You're fine. I have to admit, something that was quite fun with the film is when they switch between point of views of different characters, you can kind of see their brains work in different ways with like the different details they highlight as they're trying to see what's the same and what's different. And it's just quite an interesting approach to sort of showing different characters in a, I guess, a fairly novel way. What? What am I doing wrong? Oh, come on. So both times there's been something subtle that I've missed. That's like a normal door. You're rippling in the light a normal amount. Was it you again? You're always looking that way. Was it something on this panel? Because I don't think I can actually see that. Oh, hang on, if I step back in the... Unless it was one of the sort of creepy guys stepping out from behind the corner, but I was facing the wrong way. Because this looks... That's fine. Okay, I'm gonna go... Was that always there? Well, I guess we're gonna find out because I was at 0 now anyway, so it's fine. Okay, that we've gotten somewhere. That's fine. You good? You good? Yeah, you're fine. I mean, these posters all seem chill. I don't know how subtle they're going to be. Will they change like a small bit of text? But is that something I need to be looking out for? Is it going to be like more... Oh! Nope, 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 nope. I do not like that. Made my toes curl. Okay, so that's good. The camera's there, smoking sign. Go have a look. Let's have a look at you. You're chill. You're chill. You're chill. And I'm gonna go into those doors now. That creeped me out. Fine. Fine. That's thrown me. I feel like that's a subtle one because I didn't actually see it. I just heard it behind me. But that... Was that my footsteps or was that something else? I mean, this is probably fine. It looks fine. Okay. Okay. We're making progress. It's not halfway progress, but here we are. I mean, chances are if I hadn't accidentally turned back to stare at him while monologuing, I probably would be out by now. But here we are. That's the only time I've reached 4. And I feel like I probably won't this time because I keep going back and I'm not really sure why. Let's have a look at you. Yeah, you're good. You're chill. You're just like buddies in here. Stuck in the endless loop. Saying endless loop, there are some interesting parallels they draw between kind of a more literal endless loop and I guess kind of mundane life and the kind of just like a cycle of just doing the same thing every day and kind of feeling maybe like trapped in a job you don't like, that sort of thing, which is that's a fun one to... That's a fun thing to comment on. That was an interesting... No, nah. I did not like that. I do not like that. Why can't I still hear it? Okay, it's fading out. That's fine. Well, I've made it to 4 now. We've reached my personal best. Is it darker in here than it was a minute ago? You're fine. You normal? Yeah, you're chill. You're chill. Door handles are fine. That sign's fine. Posters are... Sorry, I think I just saw that poster at an angle and it looked like something different this time, but it's not something different. It's fine. So now I'm creeped out by the eyes, the door, whatever that thing is that keeps making noises. I'm just gradually getting more suspicious of everything in my surroundings, which probably means the game's doing its job. If I come around the corner and it's gone back round to 0, please. No, I said that as a joke. Oh, come on. Oh, man. The smoking sign and the camera and that thing and that thing and... Is that a different picture? I don't think so. Is that a different date? I think I remember seeing a 10 somewhere, but unless it was on one of the other posters. Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's what I thought. I thought I saw a 10 somewhere, but it wasn't on that one. And then you're chill. You're a normal smoking sign. Then this is... Okay, so... I got it that time. If I can just do this 7 more times, preferably in a row, and then I can be out of here. I mean, it's doing its job. It's very creepy. It is creeping me out a little bit. You're good. You're good. You good? Yeah, you're good. That's fine. Those are fine. That's normal. I do keep forgetting to check the back of that sign because I feel like they could put stuff there. I don't even know. That's fine. I think after seeing that kind of guy at the end, I feel like I'm going to turn around, there's going to be someone behind me, which is not a position I particularly want to find myself in. That's creepy. It would be very creepy. Please don't be 0. Please don't be 0. Ah, ha, ha, ha. Let's go. That's fine. It's slow progress, but progress nonetheless. Nah. Nope. No, thank you. God, they look like they're about to, like, I don't know, about to whisk me away Men in Black style. I don't want to be neuralized or part of a top secret government project. Just not really on my to-do list, you know. It's not up there with things I see happening in my life. No getting whisked away for the government. No getting whisked away from the government for me, thank you. If I can get my words in the right order, but damn. No smoking. I wasn't planning on smoking. I do not have any cigarettes, for I am not a person in this space. I am only an avatar. You've probably figured out now, but I'm a massive yapper. Sorry, guys. That's fine. Was that noise earlier? Because I know that noise happens, but is it that early? Thing is, now I'm just second guessing myself because there's so many times that I've gotten it wrong. There's been something different that I haven't noticed, that I'm now got, like, I must have mentally, like, a load of different ones that I'm gonna have, like, different versions of the corridor overlaid in my head. I'm not gonna know which one's the real one now, which is probably the point, but here we are. See, I can't even read these, so I can't read Japanese, so I can't tell if those are any different than they were before. That is because that is something they could do that I just wouldn't notice, just because. No, what? Because yeah, there's things that I'm just not gonna notice, just as someone who only speaks English. I think the light adjusting weirdly is not helping, but I don't think there's anything I can do about that, because I think that might just be my, like, the graphics processing weirdly rather than an actual anomaly. For a second I thought that was 0 and I was going to be like, are you having a laugh? This looks fine from a distance. That's fine. That's fine. I hope I don't get the one where the lights go out again, because that was just creepy. I think just because it's disorienting. I feel like I pay less attention to this post, so this probably is the one that I keep missing. That's open. Is that open? That's slightly open. Yeah, nah. Nope. I'm out of here, buddy. I was in here and now I am out of here and now I am back here because this is an infinite loop and I'm trapped in it. Yet here we are. Okay. And that's fine. The vents look fine. So, to be fair, that door one was quite subtle, so that is probably one I've missed out on a couple of times. I'm assuming these are even the same anomalies getting cycled. They could be completely different ones that I haven't seen. So I just don't know how many there are really. There could be like tons that I'm just not even going to see while playing through. I probably should have checked how many I need to look out for before starting, but here we are. And it's not 0, so that's a good sign. That's fine. These are all fine. Yeah, you're fine too. Sorry, I thought I heard another set of footsteps. I was in the wrong place, but I think that might just be the sound going weird as I turned around. No smoking. Okay, we've reached 4 again. It's the halfway point. That's a good sign. We're gonna make it, guys. We're gonna get out, guys. I believe in us. I say as if it's not me that's consistently getting sent back to 0 by apparently not being able to concentrate on walls very well. It's fine. You're fine. To be fair, I feel like I keep forgetting to pay attention to him, so that could be something I'm missing. Doors look fun. Missing door. No thanks. Yay, 5. Are you walking faster than normal? Yeah, you are. I don't like that. Nice. How fast are you gonna come around that corner? Is he just gonna like speed around and then, oh no, he's following me. I don't like that. No thanks. I was expecting him to like come around the corner and then come screech into a halt, but no, he was following me, which is a lot worse. A lot worse. Are you fine? Are you chill? You chill this time? Yeah, you're fine. I feel like it's him less than I was expecting. Poster's less than I was expecting as well, which you'd have thought that would be an easy one to put lots of subtle changes in. But then again, I could just be not seeing them. I don't know how much I'm missing. Normal number of doors. Doors have handles in places where doors normally have handles. That camera's there, and then the ceiling panels and the... Yeah, this seems fine. See, I'm second guessing myself now, because if I go back now, that's like... What? We'd have been up to 7. So if I go back now, I'm going to be not pleased. Yeah, because this one matters. This one matters, so I'm going to try and lock it as best as I can. It'd be really helpful if it's a nice, obvious one. I'll accept a creepy one, as long as it's obvious. But I know they wouldn't be that nice to me. Come on, be nice and obvious so I can run out of here and escape. Come on, guys. Come on, devs, be kind to me. Be kind to little old me. Oh, I don't know what I'm saying. it's looking like it's like a really subtle one. I mean, the frames all look normal as well. Unless they're darker than usual. Would they do that? Yeah, they've always had frames. Oh man. Then that's there. That's fine. That's fine. You look like a control panel. So I don't want to like... Oh, I think it's because I'm so close to the end. If I miss something now, that's going to be so annoying. If I turn the corner and that says 0, I might actually cry. Wait, was the smoking sign there? Yes. If it wasn't, then I'd know for sure that I need to get out of here, but it's looking... Because either it's fine or it's a really subtle one, and if it's a really subtle one, we've demonstrated that I'm not consistently able to see them because I might be a little dense. But... Okay, I'm going to risk it. I'm going to risk it. No! You're kidding me! Well, we can accept that I'm just not very perceptive. Camera's fine. See a normal amount of slightly dark in that bottom corner. Yeah, the vents were fine. So I thought it might have been the vents, but it wasn't. Unless I didn't get a good enough look at you. No, you're fine. I mean, you're fine this time, but I don't know what you were last time. It might have been unusual. Because I know there have been ones that have just been like a really brief, like spooky figure appearing at the end of the corridor or something. So if I'm facing the wrong way, I'm just gonna miss that. But I mean, like, it's fine. It's fine. Well, I was right this time. I mean, if I just sprint through all the corridors as quick as I can, eventually, through probability, I will get 8 chill and fine exits in a row, and then I'll get escape. But it'll probably take a very long time for that chance to happen. And to be fair, it wouldn't surprise me if there's some stuff in place to stop people from doing that. There's no way they just have like the chance that it would be fine 8 in a row and you'd just get out unscathed. Imagine though you load up the game for the first time. Oh no. Imagine you load up the game for the first time and you just walk through 8 and then you get out. No, that wasn't even like just the eyes following me that time. That whole thing's like scooched along the wall. Oh, that... As you might have gathered, I'm easily spooked by noises and sudden movement. I'm a little bit like a horse in that regard. I mean, not like I'm going to complain if someone like gave me sugar cubes, but I am not a horse. Was that a noise? Oh, because that one's just going to keep creeping me out now. Oh. The thing is, when it has been the posters, it's been really obvious, but... Actually, I think I can hear... There might be something in the vent, so I'm gonna stand still and wait for... See if that's normal. very occasional, but I don't know. It might be fine, it might not be. Because it seemed to keep happening when I was walking past them, but I'll risk it. If I run, then the haha, yeah, it was normal. I'm just gaslighting myself. If I run, the spookies can't catch me. It's science, guys, believe me. Are you chill? Posters initially glance look chill. Doors seem... That door's chill. That vent's chill. That sign's chill. You look the same amount of passive and unbothered as usual. Normal amount of scowling from him. Yeah, because there's that sound again. I just hadn't noticed it until then. Unless that probably means I'm walking through way too fast and missing stuff, but c'est la vie, as they say. Oh. No. Was that like on fire or just a different colour? To be fair, it probably wouldn't have like eaten me or something if I stuck around to see what that actually was. It's just that sort of instinct of like, nope, I'm getting out of here. Getting out of here. And you're walking with determination as usual. You're locked in, he's on the move, he's on it, he's off. I'm not on it, I keep going in circles. That didn't seem right. That one felt like a fun and non-threatening anomaly. It's just a little bit upside down. There's no creepiness in that one. Just a silly little sign that's the wrong way round. Not the dark one again, not the dark one again. That's got to be like 3 in a row. I mean, at least that they were obvious enough ones that I could get out, but it's impressive that there's that many in a row. You walking slower than usual? You having a good day, buddy? Bye-bye. Smile. I mean, I know I'll get there eventually, but damn, I'm bad at this game. Like, impressively bad at this game. I don't think I saw anything off with that, but... Oh no, that one was fine. That's good, that's good. That security camera's there, that sign's there, that sign's there. Right number of doors and that face ain't right. So that, I guess that answers the question of like how subtle changes in the posters are going to be, because that ain't it. That ain't it. That was a subtle one, but quite creepy, to be honest. Yeah, because you normally look like that. And you didn't that time. You were all creepy out. off to a little Halloween party in June. Doors seem normal again. I mean, just because it seems fine doesn't mean it is fine. As we've demonstrated, I cannot I cannot see most of the anomalies in this game. It's probably fine. Actually, I forgot to look at you. You're good. And you're good. Was there that smoking sign at the bottom? Yes, there was. There's like the normal number of ceiling panels and security cameras and stuff as well. It's fine. It'll be fine. Yeah, because it wasn't that light, so you can see that's the same this time. Genuinely don't know what it was. It's not like there was anything I noticed where I was like, oh, maybe it's that, but it's not. Is it you again? Are you up to no good again? One. Can't tell if that was slightly faster than usual. Might have been. I mean, who knows, really? Who knows anything, really, at this point? I just know the endless loop. That's all there is. Oh, you're kidding me. Okay. I think I've accepted my fate that I am just going to be stuck here for the rest of my life, so... I'm sorry if this is a less detailed review than usual. Just being completely honest, I've just been really busy recently. This is also why the video is out late, which I'm not super pleased about, but you know, there we are. By the time this is out, I hopefully would have seen the new Backrooms film, and I'm really hoping to have a talk about that with you guys as well. I'm super excited for it. And if you enjoyed the video today, or if you want to see more film or art or games content in the future, consider subscribing. If you enjoyed the video or you feel sorry for me for failing at a grown-up version of Spot the Difference, a game usually intended for children, please consider giving me a pity like. I hope you have a lovely day or night wherever you are, and hopefully you can join me next time. See ya!